Welcome back to Fairly Odd Parents.
I hate this game.
Shadow Showdown.
It's been 2.5 months.
We haven't played it in a while. We had such a backlog on this game. We haven't played it in a while. Matt just had to reteach himself the controls.
Still hate it. So
Let
me. Which one are we playing? We did Great Escape.
We're recording. This is episode 22.
Vicky Strikes Back.
This is episode 22. We are recording the day after episode 21 was published. So we waited until the very last minute to record this episode. I have to put it up on YouTube tomorrow.
Improbable exploration of scientific fact on Are We Alone?
She's drinking the milk. She's drinking all that thick, white, creamy goo.
Forgot how loud the Wii was.
Right? What is wrong with his face?
Now what?
Oh God.
Turner, if this is some stupid game, I'll make you scrub the bathroom with a toothbrush while wearing a dress. And I'll take pictures!
What is the
Like a
matter?
sex thing.
Almost evil space queen.
I don't know.
You're that foreign exchange student from Europe. Am I in Europe?
You are within your very own humongous and gargantuan space palace, the seat of your universal empire, from which you rule absolutely everything.
Really?
He's a lot more jiggly than he was in the first game.
Right?
Everything, Empress Vicky. Only one type.
He's got an accent.
Yeah.
It's not from anywhere, it's just
An accent.
Begin charging your invincible babysitter ray.
Invincible babysitter array.
It's kind of like Ed from Ed,
Oh,
Ed,
snap.
and Eddie.
He's dastardly babysitter Ray.
You mean
The
Rolf?
hero is...
No, Ed.
Rolf was the foreign one.
No, the tall Ed.
I know, but he didn't.
That's
really have
kind of
an
what
accent.
he sounds like, except less doofy.
Double D.
Yeah. You're in your very own space palace,
Sound like Forrest Gump.
Here we are on Vicky's evil planet.
Vicky.
Years away
You're
from
in your very own space palace.
You're dressed for it.
The right clothing is vital.
The right
in space.
clothing is
It's
vital
chilly.
in space.
Be chilly.
For the crash suit guy.
So we Crash Nebula again.
You're in a TV show, right?
That's right.
We're Crash Nebula again.
TV magic has made this space
Once
show
again,
reality.
we are Crash
And
Nebula.
Vicky has been cast as a villain, which is kind of appropriate.
Sure, man.
Timmy has seen
Well, yeah, she's been cast as the villain. It's called Vicky Strikes Back. Womp womp.
Pow, pow, perish alien scum.
That's racist, Timmy. Timmy's a
What
bigot.
to do.
He does?
Eat protein
Now, are they illegal aliens?
Get messy in trash compactors. Make noises. Rescue sisters you didn't know you had. And head for the space.
Star Wars, you see.
Yeah, protein.
New Hope.
The protein cubes.
It all sounds so
Take your protein
straightforward
pill
now.
and turn the engine on. And take your protein pill and put your helmet on. That's what it is.
But Cosmo, I wanted to go to the I can't
wanna
say
go to the
words.
Tashi
I want to go to
station
the
to get
Tashi station. I can't say that
I
word.
gotta go to the Tashi station to get
And
some
get some power converters. I can't say that word. Tashi
Tashi.
station. I keep wanting to say it with a hard C.
Like Tachi.
Yeah, I can't say that word. The
'Cause-
Tashi station.
So,
Like, that was fucking me up. Like, I can't say that word correctly.
That New Hope had shitty acting.
Oh, absolutely. All three of
New
the,
Hope
honestly.
was hammy.
Honestly, the original three, the original trilogy had very hammy acting. I mean, but you gotta look, it was made at the very end of the 70s. It was a sci-fi, it was a space opera made.
Alright, I can booty bump.
It was a space opera made at the end of the 70s, beginning of the 80s. The acting was gonna be hammy.
Am I just raiding the palace right now?
Vicky afford this on her baby.
But there are some things about the original Star Wars trilogy. I mean,
Get inside.
Tashi, get some power converters.
compared to the original trilogy, the prequels look like hot garbage.
Space Palace is always
I mean, the prequels are hot garbage. But honestly, if you watch the original trilogy and you take off your nostalgia glasses, and I'm not bad-mouthing Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I love the original trilogy. They are masterpieces.
I
They're
mean-
amazing. But if you take the nostalgia glasses off, there are a lot of flaws in the original trilogy.
Mainly in Jedi.
As much as people try to, as much as people defend, the original trilogy.
She wants to babysit the entire Earth.
And I mean, rightfully so. The original trilogy has its share of flaws.
it's like a telewarper.
But I mean, any movie like that, if you take the nostalgia glasses off, like the Back to the Future trilogy, the Back to the Future trilogy has plenty of flaws. Even Back to the Future 2, which is heralded as the best of the trilogy, and I agree.
Yeah, best film ever made.
Has its flaws.
Back to the Future 2, greatest film ever made.
But I mean, like, that's one of the things, like, a lot of people get so blinded by the fact that these are classic, fantastic movies that they're unable to admit that flaws exist. And it's like, no, flaws do exist in these movies. And that's the thing, everybody right now is trying to, you know, call out all the flaws in The Force Awakens. And say, well, it's not actually that good, blah, 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 this is what's wrong with it, this is what's wrong with it. I'm like, do you want to list off what's wrong with A New Hope and Empire and Jedi too? Because you can. Doesn't make them bad movies. Every movie has problems. No such thing as a perfect movie.
Back to the Future 2.
Except Back to the Future 2.
Actually, Cocktail.
The chief complaint I've seen with Force Awakens that people are saying, and no, don't worry, I know the movie's been out for, what? If this episode is going up tomorrow...
About 3 weeks.
This movie's been out for 3 weeks. No spoilers, don't worry. I'm not that much of a dick. But this is something that anybody would have probably heard anyway. One of the main complaints I've One of the main complaints I've seen is that there's too many parallels to A New Hope.
That's the point.
But this is basically a soft reboot of the franchise. It's a sequel, but they're kind of rebooting the whole Star Wars concept to the new generation. Like, they have to revisit some old themes.
How did I do that?
I don't know how you did that.
Clutch as fuck! I'm so good at video games.
But honestly, again, and still no spoilers.
I pressed B when I'm standing on the green one.
The villain in Force Awakens is potentially the most terrifying Star Wars villain we've ever had.
Yeah.
Potentially. I mean, that's not a spoiler statement, is it? That's just a general...
Spoiler.
I'm not saying anything that the villain did.
The villain's been known since the first trailer.
Yeah, but I mean, there were a lot of things that people don't know specifically. There are spoilers surrounding that villain that were...
Oh, we're gonna make a wish time.
May have correctly or incorrectly speculated or whatever.
We're gonna do a wish.
But this Kylo Ren is potentially the most terrifying villain we've seen in Star Wars so far.
Yeah.
Just because of his capabilities. And it's like...
Timmy's back is turbocharged.
It really opens it up to make the series interesting. I don't...
Apparently if the fuel pods are punctured... Okay, that's how that works. Crash Nebulaaaaaaaa, Tim. Okay. I tried.
Were you trying to cheat that like the jetpacks in Fallout?
I was just having a good time. Okay, I gotta make my own fun.
Oh, fuck. That was a spoiler.
What's their jetpacks in Fallout?
That you have jetpacks in Fallout. So...
That episode's probably out by now.
No, it's not.
Oh.
I'll just point out for anybody that's watching this that is also watching our Fallout 4 playthrough. We've published about 30 episodes of our Fallout 4 playthrough. We've recorded about 100.
98.
98, and part of 99, because we had to turn on the camera to grab something real quick.
Depending on my feelings.
So yeah, we are way far ahead of Fallout. Spoiler alert: we get a jetpack on our power armor, like 20 episodes.
Ugonium.
It's different than Iconium. Ugonium, Iconium.
that become solid when exposed to... I don't think that's how... Okay. When it become a liquid. Okay.
No, isn't that a super solid?
Gas to solid without a liquid phase?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a theory in physics.
Spoiler alert, I never took physics.
That's a theory in physics.
Did you take physics in high school?
No, I took physical science, but I didn't actually take physics.
I didn't take either.
But no, that's a...
You know what I took? I took pre-IB bio.
I don't remember...
I took anatomy.
I don't remember exactly what the property is, though.
I took anatomy. That was a fun... That's, the class where I got to dissect the cat. By the way...
Oh, they called that biology.
I took, pre-IB bio when I took anatomy. They were two different courses.
Ah, see, I pretty much got anatomy when I was in bio.
Well, you got basic anatomy and bio. Anatomy itself was, like, actual, like, anatomy.
Yeah.
It wasn't, like, plants. I had to learn, you know, a bunch of the skeleton, and I had to learn I had to learn a bunch of the muscles, and I had to learn, like, what organs do. Ask me what the spleen does.
The spleen,
You didn't ask me what it does.
The spleen releases something, I forget.
Aids in bioproduction.
Yeah.
Ask me what the gallbladder does.
The gallbladder does the same thing.
Aids in bioproduction.
Yeah. I know that, because I researched that. I had to research that when I thought I might have a gallstone.
You can get both removed.
Yeah, and it doesn't
affect much of anything.
Doesn't affect much of anything.
You
it
can
just...
eat slightly less spicy food.
But what ends up happening is that the rest of your digestive system compensates. It just produces more acid and bile.
I learned
deposition is a thermodynamic process of phase transition in which gas transforms into solid.
Is that like,
it's called deposition.
Is that like the opposite of sublimation?
Yes. The reverse of deposition is sublimation. One example of deposition is the process by which, in sub-freezing air, water vapor changes directly to ice without first becoming a liquid.
That's weird.
So yeah, that is... yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I took anatomy. Fun part of my life when I got to dissect a fucking cat. I have pictures of it somewhere.
This episode is definitely putting the nerd in musical nerds.
I have pictures of that somewhere, of the dissection.
When you dissected a cat?
Yeah, I have pictures of it somewhere.
I couldn't do the
over the course of my high school career, I dissected a frog, a cat, and now here's the kicker. Sheep heart.
Oh. When I was...
I have a lot of pictures of that.
When I was in 9th grade, I took bio in 9th grade, and we had two things to dissect in bio in 9th grade.
I also did bio in 9th grade.
It was, first we did an earthworm, which I was okay with.
That.
I did earthworm. And then, we had a frog and a cat, both of which I opted out of.
I did cat. Because there was no opt-out for the cat. I wouldn't have opted out anyway, because that stuff doesn't bother me. I'm not squeamish.
I'm a little squeamish with stuff.
It was interesting. It was this whole thing. It went on for like several days.
That's why like in an apocalypse situation, I don't know what I would do.
Do you want me to tell you the worst part about dissecting a cat?
What?
Not the actual dissection. Because when you were done, because I had it first period, I had it in the morning. When you were done, you had to like put it in like a bag, like a vacuum sealed bag.
Yeah.
And you had to like spray like the preservative on it.
Yeah.
And that like the liquid would pool. So when you take it out again the next day, you'd have to drain out the liquid.
Oh.
And oh, it stank.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was rank.
Preservative, not formaldehyde.
Not formaldehyde. It was just like preservative.
Yeah, that's why, like
it was like purple colored in the bottle at least.
Like in an apocalypse situation, I don't know how I would manage things because I'm a pretty good shot. I could probably shoot a deer or a rabbit.
You couldn't skin one.
I would probably have to have somebody with me who could skin it and flay it.
Probably me.
Like I'd probably be the one that would shoot dinner. I'd have to have somebody with me that could prepare dinner.
It was weird, man. They got big muscles, cats do. They got a lot of muscles.
They got them big old legs.
They got a lot of muscles in their face.
Which is surprising. Because they're not expressive.
I mean,
You would think that more muscles, like more facial muscles, would mean
they had
more,
a lot of muscles
capability
in
of
the
expression.
shoulder. The shoulders had a lot of muscles.
Cats have big, giant thigh muscles.
The thighs had... Thigh was one big muscle. Face, it was less one big muscle than a lot of, like, small...
Let me ask you,
fibrous muscles.
if we were stuck in an apocalypse situation,
Would I shoot you?
we were out hunting and having to do that,
Would I shoot you?
Yes. Shut up.
The answer is yes, I would shoot you.
Would
If
you?
you turned, I would put you down.
Well, if you turned, I would put you down.
I would hope so.
Would you? And this is gonna be how we're gonna end the episode. Would you eat a dog or a cat?
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
I think if I had to, I would as well. Like if we were
I
in like
would
an actual
outside of
situation
an
like that.
apocalypse situation, okay?
I'm not gonna make the obvious.
Outside of an apocalypse... Okay, say I go to, like, a foreign country. I'm not going to say what country, because I don't want to offend anyone. Let's say it's in the Orient.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I just offended someone. And I am offered dog.
You try it.
I'd eat it.
I would try.
I
like,
wouldn't actively seek it out, but, you know, someone offered.
Yeah, it's just you gotta try. You gotta try. You know.
Same thing. Like veal, I wouldn't actively seek out veal. You know, someone offers.
Well, that's why when I was in the Philippines, I tried balut. I didn't like
Yeah,
it.
isn't that like the chicken fetus? Duck fetus.
It's yeah, in the egg.
Yeah, it's like the duck fetus in the egg.
Yeah, it's like a hard boiled fertilized egg, basically.
This door that opened? I don't know which door opened.
I wasn't a fan though. I didn't really like it.
Oh, this opened.
And you know when we're gonna go through it?
I'm sure gonna try this time.
We can get up. I like the glug 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 glug. All right, let's get our first star, and then next time we're gonna get.
Second star.
Oh, this is the second star. Next
Of
time.
the second set.
Next time we're gonna get the third star of the second set. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay nerdy.